Hello everyone, I'm here to help you understand and do a new review of the atomic DPS and powers and some of the new things that have had to be done to the old loadout and rotation due to the patch updates done to atomic, which most of your damage now when doing the combos is on the third and final tick of damage of the power. So you can no longer, it's not viable anymore to clip the first power, right? As we were doing before, kind of like this, and clip on that first tap. So now if you're gonna go ahead and play that style to get more damage out of it, since the second tap melee, or the tap range in this case, does the most damage, you would have to go ahead and clip it on that final one. It gives you a little bit more maneuverability. It still does pretty good damage, but it's definitely gone down from what it was doing before. So the shortcut still exists, to get your aura on. What else? At the moment, the best way to spec for me to show you all the possible loadouts is to leave 3 power points unspec'd. So in my radioactive tree, I'm spec like this, because with the 3 points I have left, I can either go into Geiger Beam, Electron Flare, or the Radiation Burn, but mostly Geiger Beam out of here. And in the nuclear tree, we got Geiger Blast and Atom Splitter, and these are the other ones that are chosen. Now the iconic powers, I already have these 2 chosen as well: Tactical Genius and Weapons Expert. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you some different rotations and show you some numbers so you can see what works best now compared to before the patch updates and whatnot. So let's start off with the 2 AMs, which are the Geiger combos, which are doing more damage now than the advanced mechanic tap melee combos and tap range combos. We'll go into nuclear and we'll get Geiger Blast. Now you can get Atom Splitter if you want to go like full melee with the combo. You gotta do for that type of AM, you're gonna have to do like 3 powers that provide them like a nuclear stack, and then pop Atom Splitter. But this has a longer cooldown and animation than a thermochemical explosion, and for what it is, you're just basically trying to get Geiger Blast or Geiger Beam off fast, so you can do more damage. So you can get it, but I'll leave it off for now. It's not going to be necessary. Let's go into my loadouts. Alright, so we'll keep these 2 on here because they're both ranged and they're AoE. Not only that, if you need to cycle between 2 ranged powers for some reason, they're right there. And then thermochemical explosion hits from melee range and hits from mid range as well, so it's not that bad. Then what we'll do is add our AM enabler, which will be atom powered assault, and our 2 AMs, which are Geiger Blast and Geiger Beam. Now you don't necessarily have to run with both of these. You can just run like Geiger Blast, and then here run a supercharge or proton remedy if needed. so that you have a little bit more survivability. So if if you want to go ahead and do it like that, you can go ahead and do it like that. Another option would be, let's go ahead and do that too, to use that final skill point, let's say here in Unleash Antimatter, or the group shield supercharge. It just depends what you need, but for the sake of it, let's go ahead and get Atom Splitter for now, just so I can show you that you could use Atom Splitter instead of one of these two, and then just have the straight up melee combos, or do it like that, and that gives you more options as well, because you have both range combos, both melee combos, you have the AM in whichever combination you want, and then the AoE mid to melee range blast instead of the single target cone. A single target. I'm guessing if you have both of them on a loadout, obviously if you're at the you're in the final boss fight, you're probably going to want to use this. But this is a very loadout. So you could spec like this, and leaving 3 points available leaves you a lot of options. So I'll just go through them, one by one. Let's go with this option first. Okay, so this is your close ranged AM option, which is hitting pretty hard, if not the hardest right now. There's a reason for everything. Right now we're running with 2 ranged options at the beginning of the loadout, because when you normally aggro, you're getting to them, so you want to have 2 ranged options, so you have some time to get actually to them, and thermochemical explosion hits and knocks them back. So once you get that aggro, you have something to knock them back, and set up the Geiger Blast. Now Geiger Blast can be clipped with Atom Powered Assault, but Geiger Beam can't. Also, I would run with Proton Remedy as well, just for some more survivability. But the combo goes like this, and just take note of some of the damage as well coming off. I'll cycle through a couple more parsers, oh man, so that you can see some more damage with this rotation. But that's it. It's a simple rotation. Does a lot of damage if you're up close and have a lot of ads around you, but it's risky. You see that 34k one? It's insane. It's pretty good damage. Must have had a high crit there. Well, you get the idea of this AM. It's pretty simple, right? Then all you gotta do is just switch it up with Geiger Beam. If you wanna go single target, or if you wanna have both on your loadout, you can go like that. So let's go ahead and do that. No, that's not the way to do it. Let's go ahead and clip that atom particle assault so we get our AM and power back mechanic going early. There we go. And Geiger Beam. This puts out pretty decent numbers too. But you can't clip atom powered assault with Geiger Beam, so you'll have to do it with a power like I just did there. As well, I'll go through a couple more parsers. Takes a little longer too for Geiger Beam, but it does pretty good consistent damage on that single target. And then you can switch it up. The situation calls for it. With this kind of loadout. Alright. So, yeah. Now, if we just decide on having one, or switch it up, or just so I can show you another mix-up, we can have both those melees on there. And now we have the melee rotation and the ranged rotation and the AM within the whole loadout. So you can go ahead and pop any 3 powers you like, and take advantage of whichever style you want to play with this type of loadout, or test, you know, so you see what fits your style best. You can go ahead and play the range style. Let's show that. Alright. You can play the melee style. Alright, and you can play the AM. Gotta get rid of that aura first. So that's my little video on DPS, and y'all. That's what we got now. Kinda disappointed that they took away that clip style where you would clip the first one. It felt so interactive because you were always doing something. But yeah, that's what we got now. So like, comment, and subscribe. Tell me what you think. Take it easy.